Have you ever felt that inexplicable emptiness, that pain with no apparent origin that lingers day after day? Perhaps you've tried to fill it with relationships, achievements, or distractions, but it remains, whispering that something fundamental is unresolved. Today we'll delve into one of the deepest wounds a human can experience, maternal pain, guided by one of the most brilliant psychologists, Carl Jung. First, a question. When was the last time you looked inward and truly allowed yourself to feel that pain? Not to wallow in it, but to understand it, name it, and begin to heal it? If you've been avoiding it, now is the time to pause and listen to what your unconscious has been trying to tell you. Maternal pain goes beyond mere disagreements or superficial conflicts. Jung understood that our relationship with our mother is our first connection to the world, love, and security. It shapes how we relate to everything and everyone throughout our lives. When this bond is damaged or doesn't form properly, the consequences can echo in every aspect of our existence. Jung spoke extensively about the maternal archetype, a primordial image in our collective unconscious, symbolizing nurturing, protection, and warmth. But it can also manifest negatively as the devouring, controlling, absent, or cold mother. Many of us are caught in this duality, torn between longing for what we didn't have and the pain of what we experienced. Have you ever wondered why you repeat certain patterns in relationships or are drawn to people who recreate painful dynamics from your childhood? Jung had an answer. What we don't process consciously, we act out unconsciously. It's as if our inner self is constantly trying to resolve that original conflict, that primary maternal pain, replaying it in different contexts. This isn't random or a punishment. It's your psyche's attempt to heal and integrate fragmented parts of yourself. Jung called this the process of individuation, the path to wholeness where we acknowledge, accept, and integrate both our light and shadow. Pause and breathe deeply. Think about your relationship with your mother or maternal figure. What emotions arise? Love, gratitude, or perhaps resentment, abandonment, or sadness? Don't judge what you feel. Just observe it. Jung taught that non-judgmental observation is the first step toward integration. Now let me guide you through concrete steps based on Jung's teachings to heal maternal pain and find emotional freedom. Step 1. Recognize. Acknowledge the pain and the wound that needs attention. We often normalize painful childhood experiences thinking, my mother did her best, or others had worse childhoods. While these may hold some truth, they can minimize our suffering. Jung reminds us that to heal, we must name our wound and face it fearlessly. Can you recall specific moments from childhood when you felt this pain, perhaps physical or emotional abandonment, abuse, neglect, or your mother's inability to see your unique needs? The first act of courage is saying, this happened, it hurt, and that pain matters. Step 2. Understand. Understanding doesn't mean excusing or justifying the pain. It means contextualizing it. Jung emphasized understanding our roots and family histories. Your mother, like you, was shaped by her own story, her own mother, in generations before. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious suggests your maternal pain may be part of a larger, transgenerational wound passed down through time. This doesn't lessen your pain but offers a broader, compassionate perspective. Your mother acted from her own wounds, fears, and limitations. This doesn't excuse the harm but provides a fuller understanding. Step 3. Feel. Feel fully, without reservations or defenses. Jung recognized the importance of emotions in healing. What we deny doesn't vanish. It sinks into our unconscious, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Allow yourself to feel the anger for what you didn't receive, the pain for what was done, the sadness for what was lost. These emotions are messengers, not enemies. When you honor them, they transform anger into strength, pain into understanding, sadness into compassion. Have you permitted yourself to feel, or have you been suppressing these emotions, fearing they'll consume you? Jung taught that the real danger lies in that fear. Note, the original text includes a promotional interlude about a book. Per instructions, to keep wording the same, it's included here. Before moving on, my book is now available, full of tips and techniques to help you overcome emotional blocks and love yourself more. Find the link in the description and pinned comment. Step 4. Dialogue. Dialogue with the wounded parts of yourself, the aspects of your psyche carrying maternal pain. Jung's technique of active imagination involves conversing with your unconscious. Imagine speaking to your inner child who suffered, longed, or felt unseen. What would they say? What do they need to hear? This dialogue isn't futile. It bridges isolated parts of yourself frozen in time. You can also symbolically dialogue with your internal maternal image, not necessarily your real mother. What do you need to say or ask? This internal conversation can be deeply liberating, allowing you to express what you couldn't in reality. Step 5. Differentiate. Differentiate between the maternal archetype and your real mother, between your expectations and reality, between what you needed and what you received. Jung stressed differentiation in individuation. We often amplify maternal pain by confusing our human, flawed mother with the archetypal ideal of the perfect, unconditional mother. This confusion leads to disappointment and ongoing pain. Differentiation lets you see your mother as she is, a person with virtues and flaws, freeing you from impossible expectations. It also shows that your maternal longing may need fulfillment through other sources, like nurturing relationships, nature, or self-care. Step 6. Integrate. Integration means embracing all parts of your experience, light and shadow, into a coherent whole. Jung believed true healing isn't about eliminating pain, but incorporating it into a broader, meaningful narrative. Your maternal pain is part of your story, not the entirety. It shaped you, but doesn't define who you can become. By consciously integrating it, you transform it from a limiting wound into a source of empowering wisdom. Integration also means recognizing that you can nurture and love the wounded child within, becoming the mother you needed. Step 7. Transcend. Transcending doesn't mean forgetting or denying your story, but rising above it. Jung described transcendence as moving toward a broader consciousness, seeing personal experiences as part of the human tapestry. Your maternal pain from this perspective isn't just a personal tragedy, but a variation of a universal theme across generations and cultures. Connecting your suffering to this larger narrative gives it deeper meaning. Transcendence also means recognizing your capacity to choose, to break destructive patterns, build healthy relationships, and be who you want, not what your wounds program. Jung called this psychological freedom. Step 8. Transform. Transform your pain into purpose, your wound into a gift for the world. Jung believed our deepest experiences hold transformative potential. Many who've suffered develop unique sensitivity and compassion for others' pain. This isn't accidental. It's an alchemical process turning suffering into wisdom. Your maternal pain can become your greatest strength, fueling empathy, intuition, creativity, or service. Consider how your experience could help others, offering support, understanding, or guidance you needed. Jung reminds us that transforming personal suffering into love and service is the highest form of healing. These 8 steps, recognize, understand, feel, dialogue, differentiate, integrate, transcend, transform, form a map for your healing journey. They're not linear but cyclical, revisited at deeper levels of understanding. This journey isn't easy. There'll be resistance, fear, and doubt, moments when you feel you're regressing. This is normal. Jung saw resistance as a natural defense of the ego. When it arises, be gentle with yourself. You're challenging deep patterns and facing painful truths. Give yourself time and space to process. If the pain feels overwhelming or you're stuck in destructive patterns, seeking help from a mental health professional is an act of courage, not weakness. Jung championed therapy as a sacred space for soul exploration. A Jungian trained therapist can be an invaluable guide, offering tools and support as you navigate your unconscious. Healing, as Jung understood it, isn't about perfection or erasing pain. It's an ongoing process of becoming more conscious, whole, and authentic, carrying your wounds as sacred marks of your journey. To you listening, perhaps recognizing your pain in these words, you are not alone. Maternal pain is common yet rarely discussed. Millions share this wound, longing, and confusion. But there is hope. This path, inspired by Jung, has helped countless people transform pain into power, confusion into clarity, loneliness into connection. Your mother, with all her imperfections, gave you life. How you live it, with meaning, love, and purpose, is your choice. Jung believed in conscious choice, our ability to rewrite our story by changing our relationship with the past. Imagine a life where you release this burden, relate from wholeness, and see your story as the prologue to something greater. This is Jung's gift, the freedom to become who you truly are, beyond wounds, conditioning, and fears. The journey begins with one step, a commitment to look inward with honesty and compassion. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Every tear, insight, and moment of vulnerability brings you closer to the freedom you seek. Jung said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This is the liberating truth of healing maternal pain. You're not doomed to repeat patterns or live from your wound. You have the power to choose, change, and heal, starting now by honoring your pain as part of your story and committing to your healing for yourself and those you touch. If this resonates, take the next step. Share a piece of your story in a comment or simply say, "I'm ready to heal." Your voice and courage can light another's path. Share this video with someone who might benefit. Maternal pain thrives in silence and shame. Speaking out creates a world where healing is possible. Subscribe for more content on personal growth, deep psychology, and the path to a fuller, authentic life. Activate notifications to stay updated. Your pain doesn't define you, but your courage to face and transform it reveals who you are. That light shining through your healed wounds is what the world needs. Thank you for your attention, openness, and bravery. See you in the next video, where we'll continue this journey together toward greater awareness, connection, and emotional freedom. Until then, take care and remember, the path to healing begins with a simple act of self-love,